Others are beginning to struggle.
Well, I feel if I don't look at that peak, that gorgeous peak in front of me, I'll be okay. Well, my stage at the moment is persuading my mother, who's 80, that I'll be all right. She's told me something that she never told me before. She said my grandfather, her father, was fascinated with polar exploration. To learn this 3 weeks ago has been terrific for me. It really has been terrific. There's something in the genes.
No, I'll use this because I'd rather take it if it helps.
Well,
yeah, quite hot now, obviously. Snow's going to get quite messy later on, but I mean, if heaven's like this, I get religious.
And you see some people about halfway between us and the summit.
There you go. Sure, it's great. Honest to God, it's just like a day out in Kerry in the mountains, really, isn't it? Should we have all of this, actually? I mean, we don't have the snow, but, you know, times are changing.
I love anything that allows me to just go at it. And preferably on my own. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly happy about going into groups of total strangers, and there is an initial effort that has to be made, and I hate that. But it's part of it, and it's like the team that we're going to have and how we have to pull together on that team and all the work we're going to have to do to make that team, because we're going to have to rely on each other.
Can't go any heavier than that.
Down! Come on, loosen it! Right, we're down now.
If you're interested in someone like Tom Crean and Ernest Shackleton, certainly at this stage we can't walk in their footsteps, but we can get some idea of what exactly it was, the challenge for them.
How are you, soldier?
All right.
Oh, yes.
It works better as well, it slides on the rope a lot better.
Despite failing in his goal to cross Antarctica, Shackleton's abilities as a great leader of men earned him his place in history. By putting the welfare of his men uppermost, balancing optimism with the harsh reality of their situation, he kept his men unified and focused on survival. He became the living example of his family motto, "By endurance, we conquer." Day 2 in Norway, and the relentless pace and terrain are taking their toll on the group. Lucia is surprised to find herself in difficulties.
I mean, the 3 months out of action now has taken its toll, isn't it? My 3 months taking its toll. I'm just not fit enough.
Yeah. That'll hurt taking that tape off later.
Already now people are starting to get a bit tired, but the amazing thing is everyone is still very enthusiastic. A couple of people on this type ground, not great. Weaknesses are starting to show.
Barrister Ethna is also struggling.
it was excruciating. I was carrying about 20 to 25 kilos, which is about 2 sacks of potatoes, I keep telling myself. And depending on the terrain, if the terrain was soft snow going up, it was almost impossible. So I said, I only have to do 4 steps, and I would do 4 steps. Then I'd say, I only have to do 4 more.
You need to drink a lot now. When find a friend and get something to drink.
Okay. I don't know if I have a friend.
You do have lots of friends.
Thank you. It's not easy.
Yeah, sure.
It most certainly isn't easy.
Unless she's able to pick up the pace, she'll be out. Medical scientist Jerry works as a volunteer for Kerry Mountain Rescue. He feels the expedition leader, Pat, isn't facing up to reality. it troubles him.
I like the idea of taking, say, ordinary people over South Georgia, but there's probably a certain level of ordinariness, if I could put it that way, where people have to frankly accept that they would be dangerous attempting to cross South Georgia. And it probably would be reckless, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, it would be reckless of anybody to encourage the notion in their head that they could possibly cross South Georgia.
I think actually that's very important that they're brought out.
But I mean,
right?
facts are facts. We had people floundering around today. Mountaineering is serious business.
It is.
I've rescued one or two people who don't realise how serious it can get. We had people who just couldn't move 5 steps without stopping again. Even if they didn't fall over, they had to get their sun cream, then another 5 steps, and they had to open their jacket, and then another 5 steps, and they wanted a drink of water. No, that actually troubles me.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you on that, right? Okay, that they're not actually receiving the message.
Basic fundamental things. I said, you got to move reasonably quickly.
Jerry won't be fobbed off.
I think that the exercises and dynamics, when we get into worse
Even when Pat makes up words.
Operating as a dynamism, as a team.
But I don't think we have teams today, but we have the makings of teams out of the ropes we had today.
My hands are gagged here at the moment because of the fact I've appointed assessors here in Norway, right? And that's very, very important that we actually, appoint.
Maybe there should have been an earlier weeding out, but then I would have denied some people holiday here in Norway.
No, we were way up to the right. There's a big gorge or a big valley between those two.
I think it's all to do with the lads making an impression in terms of fitness and their suitability for the expedition. At first up on top, who's setting the pace, who's out ahead, You can understand why it's happening, but I think people will have to realise that's only half what an expedition is about. You need to cooperate, you need to pull together, you need to draw on other people's strengths in terms of everyone achieving it and everyone getting down safely and that. And that won't really happen until the shortlist for the South Georgia, because I suppose at this stage people are still jostling for a position on the expedition.
Cliff is a little overcome.
I'm raising the money, as you know, from the local people in Athy. And when you come up here and you look at this and you think the people who are giving you money, just last Friday before leaving, this old age pensioner, she'd been reading about me in the paper and she met me downtown. And she told me to call up and see her. So I did. I called up around 6:30 Friday evening. She took out €50 and she gave it to me. And she said, she'd love to be going in the whole lot. So, when you come up here and look at this, it's, when you think of them back home, you wish you could bring it back and show them, So, yeah. It's just something else.
Judgment Day. Everyone is conscious the guides are watching their every move to see who has what it takes. It's crunch time.